Hey guys, welcome to Real Estate with Ryan. This is episode 5, and I am interviewing Helene.
Hello, thank
welcome
you.
to the show.
I'm
Thank
happy
you for
to
joining
be one
me.
of your guests. This is really impressive for me.
It's
I'm
really
very excited.
Yeah, me too. Tell me about yourself aside from real estate.
So I am a mom. I have 2 adult kids that I love, and we spend a lot of time hanging out. We love to travel. My husband Alfonso and I have traveled. We try to take about 10 or 11 vacations every year. We love traveling. Alfonso has 2 daughters as well, so I'm a stepmom, and family is the most important thing to me. I love our girls, my son. We have a great family bond that is pretty much the reason I do everything in life. And that's what I love. That's probably the most important thing. I love hosting and entertaining, and I love hanging out with friends and doing fun things.
Yeah. How did it occur to you to start investing?
Well, it's funny because I actually didn't plan to be an investor. I had another job. I had a career that I loved. I used to be in the funeral business. I was a funeral director. And I loved it because I could help people. And real estate never crossed my mind. I never thought about it. I'd watch some of those Home Depot or home improvement shows, and they do flipping and they do fun things, putting an income suite in the basement. And it looked kind of interesting, but it seemed like a lot of work for me. And then I met Alfonso. So that was almost 13 years ago. And I met him, and when we started dating, he was my boyfriend. I would go and travel. I love to travel. He'd always travel with me. And I started to see that he had more holiday time than I had. So I started asking the question, why? How did he end up with more holidays than I did? Because I have a good job. I love my job. I love my career. And he's not seeming to work. So it was the lifestyle of things that attracted me to real estate investing, because I could see he was doing more of that fun stuff than I was. So that's when I started saying, maybe I need to do this too. And so then I started looking in how I could be involved with real estate investing, and I started looking at properties and started looking at deals. And that's when I started about 7 years ago.
Wow. That sounds like a great journey.
It was a great journey. It was amazing because there's a little bit of a connection between what I used to do and what I do now, because I loved helping people. So in my funeral directing business, and I was working in the funeral home, I'd help people. It's a really sad thing to do, but I would be able to help them. And now I can help thousands of people with houses, so they can live in a nice home, a clean home, things that are safe and good. And I love the fact that all of those people get to live in my buildings and they're happy most of the time.
That sounds great.
It is fun.
What's your buy criteria? What do you buy?
So I like new right now. So for me, it has to be new. I've done a lot in the past over the years of doing like flips and renovating buildings, old buildings, rehabs, and those kind of things. And that was really fun at the time. But now, as I said before, I like to focus on having fun with my family. We like to travel. We like to take our family out to different places. And so the time for me isn't as available as it was when I first started. And now what I'm looking at doing is doing things that are new, because they take less time. We have a great property management team, and they look after the buildings, but I love new because it allows us to do things a little bit more hands-off. And I like that part of the buying right now, buying new, building. We're involved in building now as well, but the buying new is my criteria.
That sounds great. Thank you so much. How do you evaluate risk versus reward in a deal?
So I'm going to be honest, I don't do a lot of this myself. So I'm part of our team, and the part that we look at isn't necessarily me that does most of it. But I guess at the end of the day, I do really want something that's going to perform well in the long term. So I don't want to see something that's in the latest trend. I don't want to see something that is, going to possibly be a high reward, but we don't know for sure. I have to analyze things, and I want them to be safe, number one. So I'm not really one that, looks for something terribly risky. I want everything to be long-term and be safe when I buy something. I don't want to gamble on something, a neighborhood or a condo market, for example. I don't really like to do anything like that because it's too risky. So for me, easy. It has to be It has to be able to bring forward some good rents and profits right away. I want to see a little cash flow, but in the long term, I want to see that it's going to perform well. So that's kind of what I look for, because I definitely don't want something high risk.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, too dangerous.
What trends are you seeing in the real estate market right now, and where specifically?
Trends? Well, right now there's been a lot of trends where you see people doing basically taking a duplex and turning it into a fourplex or a sixplex, things like that, where you're just infilling areas or doing a little bit more condensed version of housing. So instead of just having one house, you put a suite in, you do a duplex, you add another building to a lot. So you're just changing the zoning to make it a little more dense and doing that. So that's kind of what I'm looking at, because that's kind of what we're doing. We're building things, so we're buying a lot. We just bought a lot that had one building on it, and now we have a 52-unit apartment being built. So things like that, where you can take it, it's in a neighborhood that's already established, it's already there, and we can build something there, and it's a really good opportunity and kind of a thing that I think is really cool.
That sounds great. I love the 52.
52 units.
52
where there
units.
was one house. It was a big lot.
house.
It was a great big lot, but now it's a big apartment building, and when one little house sat there for a long time. So I love seeing stuff like that, because it's going to make the neighborhood more vibrant. There's going to be all those people that live there. It's close to hospitals, it's close to the mall, it's close to the downtown core of the city that it's in, and it's a really cool neighborhood that's going to be extremely happy and well populated with these beautiful people moving in. So I think that's a really cool thing.
That sounds great. How do you manage your properties?
Well, we actually have a property management company. So myself and a team of people, we look after our properties on our own. So we have a company, and we run our company. So we manage all of our properties. We manage a few other people's, but mostly we run our own. And the best thing to do is just have really good communication with the tenants. So our team of property managers all have access. We all communicate through we have an online platform that we use with our tenants, and we're able to communicate that way to make sure that all of their maintenance requests or all of their comments or concerns are being handled quickly. I think the most important thing in property management is to think about it that your tenants are your most valuable assets. And if you have a property management company that thinks that way, then you're always going to make sure that those tenants are looked after. So we treat every single property, every single tenant that we have, we treat them as if they were in our own home. So what would I want if they were in my house? They're guests in my home, so they live in our home, they live in our buildings, and I want to make sure that they're treated well. And that's the sort of the philosophy that we have in our property management company, and so our whole team thinks that way.
That's
important.
Great. Yeah. Are there any businesses that support your investment journey?
Absolutely. Arca Property Management. This is our property management company, and we focus on Brockville, Prescott, Ottawa, and surrounding area. So we love to be able to look after our buildings, but we also look after a select few that are also able to be in that neighborhood, and we can look after them as well. And of course, Wealth Genius. Wealth Genius is our real estate investing platform, and we love teaching people and having people join our community to expand and work on their own real estate investing journey.
That sounds great. What would your advice be for me today to be successful in the future?
Never doubt yourself. Know that anything you do, you can absolutely do it. In life, sometimes when I look back, I say, I wish I would have done that. And if you have a thought in your mind, and even if it's just a little thought, and it's interesting to you, I would recommend you jump on that thought and just make it happen. Figure out a way to do something, and never doubt yourself.
And here's my last question. Is there any book, resource, or person that influenced your investing journey that you would recommend to others?
Well, my husband was my biggest influence, because I honestly can't say I didn't have a lot of interest in it before. Alfonso, and he was the one who sort of influenced me the most. But over the years, I've enjoyed watching and looking at other investors as well. But I certainly love Tony Robbins for mindset and for just changing my perspective in my own journey in life and then also in business. So I've gone to a lot of the Tony Robbins investing investing in yourself and then in your business as well. So I've done a lot of those things and I love it.
Love it.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining me on the
Thank you.
show.
This has been my favorite interview to date. So thank you for this, and I know everything's going to be awesome for you.
Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you. It was my pleasure.
Thank you.